Alright, so here's a quick update to the AMSeal blue line that I installed over the weekend, or a week or so ago. I've done some plowing with it, and because of the angle of this Fairlead here, you can see that it has been chafing a little bit, and I know that this AMSeal rope would hold up no problem. But Todd over at Custom Splice was a true gentleman, sent along this nice aluminum Fairlead, along with this rubber winch line stopper. So that's the way you really want to do it. I mean, this here would work, and you could use a U-bolt, but man, if you want to do it the right way, you want to pick up one of these aluminum Fairleads and a winch line stopper. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to install that. I'm going to remove these two 17mm bolts here. On yours it may be 17mm or around that size. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. It may be a little easier to take this winch off, but I'm going to go ahead and do it with the winch on the machine. So, Cane Cozy, Custom Splice, another freebie when you buy the winch lines. A little bit tight back here, but I don't want to take this winch off again. I've got snow coming tonight. I live in Maine, and we have a little snowstorm coming. I thought I'd get this changed out, so I don't want to chafe that rope any more than it already has. Alright, I'm going to drop the other side here. Alright, so we just need to get this other side, and see, I could actually make this easier by taking these rollers off, but I'd like to make it difficult on myself from time to time. So I'm just working the wrenches. I move it a little bit, I flip the wrench over, and eventually it'll go. Let's see if we can get it here. And I'll need to pull the, I could detach the winch from the plow, but I'll probably just pull it back since I didn't tie a knot or double it back on itself. I don't know if you watched that video. I can link to it right here on how to actually install the winch rope. I don't want to lose my lock washer here. Okay. And the other bolt's right there. This winch is kind of tight, even though I've got it released. I may have to, oh, there it goes. And come spring, I'm going to be ordering another winch line from Custom Splice, a full length, because I don't have much cable left from plowing. So, all right, let me get the winch stopper, and I'll put some new tape on the end here so I can feed it through, and I'll be right back. All right, so I've dropped the winch line stopper on here. What I'm going to have to do probably is tie a knot where I want that to stop, you know, lift the plow up, because I'll see where it should stop, and then I'll just tie a knot in the line where that needs to be, and then that'll come up and hit the Fairlead and give it a little bit of a, it'll stop it, and because it's rubber, it'll give it a little bit of a cushion. So, all right, let me get the Fairlead here. All right, let's see how it's going to look here. It's going to look sharp. Once again, I appreciate Custom Splice, and specifically Todd over there. Took the time to send that, and I can tell that that's going to be a much better setup for this rope than what I had, because it was definitely chafing. So I'm going to go ahead and feed that rope through here. Yeah, what I do is I just put a little bit of electrical tape on there, and it just helps feed through the hole in the winch so you can grab it from the other side. I may have to spin it a little bit. And you can see it's pulling through there. Alright, so again, you could tie a knot on the back of this rope, but I don't do that because, again, this is just a plow rope, so the chances of me using up all this rope this year, pretty slim. So and these 17mm nuts are going to be just right for the Fairlead. And I'll just use a socket. Be easier to tighten down because I'll be able to use a socket and a ratchet rather than wrenches. So that's nice. Man, that looks sharp. I'll probably end up buying the same setup for the Polaris, even though I don't plow much with the Polaris. I like to have it set up just in case. Just got to grab the back of that with a wrench here, and because that sets in so nicely, it's socket's going to have a little bit of a hard time grabbing it, but we'll get it. Scratched it already. So looks like I'm just about done. So what'd that take? Like not even 10 minutes. There we go. The only thing I have left to do is finish my beverage and find a great place to put those Custom Splice stickers, and say thanks once again to Todd over at Custom Splice. I appreciate this, and I appreciate the quality product you guys are putting out. And I'm just going to wind this in, and you'll be able to see how much better this is than the Fairlead I had on there. So let me get my tools out of the way. Alright, so let's give it a shot here. I've got the camera out of the way. Let's start it up here so we can get a full charge on the battery. Okay, the only other thing you can see, I did flip this around. I believe this is probably the proper way to mount this. The tapered side toward the Fairlead. Hopefully this has been helpful. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, Custom Splice. I appreciate the quality product. And Todd, I appreciate you sending this out to me. I'm ready to plow some snow.